Did you know that what you do at the start of a relationship can end up destroying your relationship years later? Greetings. My name is Anthony. Welcome to Revive Coaching, where it is time to come alive. There is a popular saying that states that you need to start as you aim to finish. And this couldn't be truer for relationships. I started noticing that my clients, mostly women, because guys are less likely to seek out that kind of help, come to me about 7 years into their relationships needing advice. The normal issue can be summed up as, he isn't the guy I fell in love with. What went wrong? Let me tell you how I see it. And this can help you save a relationship that is going off course, and if you are single, help you start out in the best way possible. So, do you remember what it is like to fall in love? Or rather, to fall into chemicals? If you have yet to experience this, give it time. It's hard to avoid. Your heart races. You can't eat or sleep. You can't stop thinking about the other person. You can't focus on anything. Whether you like it or not, this is not some mystical spiritual experience, nor is it the voice of destiny calling you loudly. It is just chemicals with fancy names taking over your body and mind. They are pretty potent and nearly impossible to ignore. It is these chemicals that are to blame for the relationship failing at the 7-year mark. What? And why 7? Is this some fated number? Allow me to unpack this for you. When you meet that person who you seem to have unnatural rapport with, your body goes into evolutionary overdrive. But what happens as a result of this is that the man or woman puts on a whole new personality, the dating clothes, so to speak. It's no accident that you seem to have everything in common and exist in a world that is just for the two of you. And for a while at least, this is true. The goal is to seal the deal and continue your bloodline. So all these behaviors come into play that are designed to achieve this goal. When you see the birds of paradise doing their elaborate dance and showing off fantastic plumage, this is what is happening in human terms. We call this romance. Doors are held open, meals are paid for, flowers are bought, money is spent, makeup is applied. You get the picture. For this moment in time, you are gods and goddesses worshipping each other. Sounds really soppy, because it is really soppy. In the heat of this romance, people get physical, and once that happens, it pretty much takes over. Forget really getting to know each other. You just want to exist in this soup of feel-good chemicals. Everything happens fast at that point. You get married, and before the ink is dry on the certificate, baby makes 3, then 4, then sometimes 5. For the next 7 to 10 years, it is work and kids. Sometimes sleep, but your life is consumed by kids. They come first. They dominate your life and demand every drop of your attention. Then one day, they don't. They stop needing you as much, and suddenly you become aware of the other person in your house. And they seem like a stranger. Wait, when did that happen? When did this person stop being the person you fell in love with and become someone else? Well, remember I told you about dating clothes? Those behaviors you put on in order to seal the deal? Remember that romance? Well, guess what happens when the deal is sealed? The behaviors aren't needed anymore, so they are discarded. And you just start going back to being who you really are. The trouble is, you didn't fall in love with who the person really is. You fell in love with the dating behavior. You just didn't notice it at the time because life happened so fast and you were so distracted. this person really is a stranger in many ways, and you might find that you don't have much in common after all. Or there are quirks that you simply cannot live with. The question is, do you really want to put in the effort to make it work now? Well, that's up to you. So what am I saying? Let's rewind to the very beginning. Do you know what kind of a relationship doesn't need dating behaviors? Friendships. There, I said it, the dreaded F word. I am basically saying you need to put yourself in the friend zone. Just kidding. What I'm talking about here is an old-fashioned concept called courting. This is similar to that. It is an exclusive relationship that has its focus on building the friendship, but takes the focus off romance and the physical side. Without the pressure of dating and trying to win the other person, you can really get to know each other. It either progresses to marriage or it just stays as a friendship. There is no need for a messy breakup if it doesn't work out. A marriage breathes. Sometimes the romance is there, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you feel in love, sometimes you don't. But what will always be there is the friendship you built. If the friendship isn't there, then you have nothing to lean on when the feelings are absent. Look, romance is not necessary for a successful relationship. Romance is basically a nice form of manipulation. It is a nice to have, but a need to have is the stability that comes with a strong friendship. The romance will ebb and flow. What this means is that you have to slow down at the start of a relationship and start it as you aim to continue it, as best friends. If you want to date and have fun, that's fine. Communicate that clearly. Communicating and expressing your expectations can save you a whole lot of unnecessary heartache. More about this in a future episode. But if you want to settle down, then you need to start putting the focus on building a solid foundation of deep and true friendship. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video and got something out of it, then hit that like button, remember to subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss new videos. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message.